First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning, and I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups that I hear, particularly the men and women of the clergy that's here, that have joined me here today. And we are not surprised. We expected this. This is not surprising to us at all. The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months. The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months. The leaks, the commentary, the demonizing. This did not surprise us that we reached this day. And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments. In about 30 minutes, you're going to hear a story of the case that is in front of us. This story will come from the federal prosecutors. And I ask to wait and hear our side to this narrative. From here, my attorneys will take care of the case so I can take care of the city. My day-to-day will not change. I will continue to do the job for 8.3 million New Yorkers that I was elected to do. And the 300,000 plus employees of our city government will continue to do their jobs, because this is what we do as New Yorkers. It's an insult to the hardworking people of this city that anyone would say that they won't do their jobs while this case proceeds in the background. They are dedicated public servants, and I have been one of them for many years, and they're going to continue to do their job, moving the city forward every day. It's an unfortunate day, and it's a painful day. But inside of all of that, it's a day where we will finally reveal why for 10 months I have gone through this. And I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city as I've done throughout my entire professional career. I want to now turn it over to the person who started me on this journey, Reverend Herbert Daughtry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You our mayor, and will be till time come, still will be our mayor. To all the supporters, irrespective of what people say, he's still our mayor. As he has indicated, we started on a journey a long time ago. I encouraged him to join the police department. He did, and you know the rest of the story. So, you know, Mr. Mayor, Eric, it's one more battle we have to fight. Right, just one more battle we have to fight. And we're not about to quit. We're not about to give up. We'll be there. We'll be there to the end. God bless you. God be with you. We're going to win this fight.
That's right. Until, can we get an umbrella, put it on the device so the water won't get inside there, Robbie? Hold on one moment. Hold on. You know we don't do this calling out stuff at my press conferences. When we finish speaking, we will respond to a few questions. I just want to cover that. Are you good, Robbie? I affectionately call her Mother Dukes, has been a head of the NAACP and just a leader that has mentored me throughout my entire journey. I want to now call up Mother Hazel Dukes.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Hazel Dukes. I live in Harlem. I'm Would you be quiet? Would you shut up? I'm 92 years of age.
Yes, yes.
I've known this young man for over 40 years. I come with a heavy heart today, but my head is not unbowed.
All right.
He's going to have his day in court, and we're going to stand by him. We came this morning to pray for him, because prayer changed things. I am asking all New Yorkers to hear his side, to let him have a day in court. Let him have his day in court, and then we can make our decisions. But we are not here today to criticize the federal government where you might be, but shush. That's all you do. That's all you brought here to criticize. Yeah. We are going to be here. We're going to be here.
I'm sorry, Mother Duke. Hey, brother, this is a 92-year-old elder. Show us some respect. A 92-year-old elder.
She stands next to you. She stands next to Carlo. As the NAACP, as the 501c3, you should not be standing for a political candidate. Stop that. You're always in favor. You are always in favor of the
Go ahead, Mother Duke.
Don't respond to them, Hazel.
Go ahead, Mother Duke.
We are calling on all New Yorkers to listen carefully, not to the loudmouths, but listen to facts and figures. His lawyers will go and do our work for us, and we will stand with this mayor. Right.
Thank you. We want to now bring one of our amazing bishops up forward now. Bishop.
You're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to black people. You're an embarrassment to black people.
We are admonished to be angry and sin not. We can have our anger and we move forward. 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 None of us. None of us have ever done anything in our lives that we've asked forgiveness for and it was not granted. We live in a society where if we do something, there is a due process for all of us. There's a process that starts, it has a middle, and it has an end. And none of us has the right to preempt that process. If I have an accident, I have to report it to my insurance, and they fight it out, and then a verdict is announced. We cannot prejudge any situation in fear that we might prejudge it inappropriately. And the same justice that we want for ourselves, we want for our mayor. That's right. If I confess, I know there is a God that says he's faithful and just to forgive me of my sin and to cleanse me from everything that is unrighteous. Until the verdict is announced, we stand. We are not people who have a yellow strip down our back, and neither are we intimidated by loud voices. Whatever the truth is, the truth will prevail.
Good morning, my fellow New Yorkers. Good morning. My fellow New Yorkers, I wanted to let you know Mayor Eric Adams, whom you know for 62 years, who served you in the 80s and 90s,
when New York was facing the worst time in its history, is the same mayor that's standing right here, is the same mayor that will stand tomorrow, and is the same mayor that will be re-elected. 62 years will not be replaced by 5 indictments that will be fought and will be exonerated. Give him a chance. Give him a chance and hear his side of the story. We know him and we should give him a chance. Thank you and God bless you.
Come on, my girl. One of the real warriors. Jackie Rowe Adams.
My girl, Jackie.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I stand in faith. As Eric Adams is the best mayor ever. He is got things done when people running their mouth and doing nothing. Do something, and then you can say something. Do something. Mayor Adams stood on the steps when he wasn't there, and I want y'all to hear this. We have families that just lost their kids to violence. The mayor, not you, but the mayor. He wasn't the mayor then.
He brought back stop and
He
frisk.
stood with
He brought back
us
stop and frisk.
on
He's been a
the
cop all
steps
his
and
life. Stop.
saved lives.
Why don't you tell all the
At
white
that
police
time,
what you
I'm
called
a
them when you
mother
was
who
with the
lost
man?
2 kids to gun
You said you
violence.
told all those
And
white
at that
cops off.
time, we
On the
should have
video,
had
you
stop and
justified it.
frisk.
Tell them now, they right
Maybe
here.
my kids would be dead today.
All the white cops racist now, tough guy.
If they checked these kids that's 11 years old and 10, and they had stop and frisk, maybe their hands wouldn't be dead today. So I stand with Eric Adams, and I'm going to stand with him, and he ain't going nowhere. You are.
You're a socialist! You're a socialist! You support evil over good!
You can't talk. You white as snow. You from Europe.
I'm Puerto Rican! I'm Puerto Rican! Puerto Rican, run, idiot!
Just because an indictment come against you, it does not mean that you are guilty.
You don't understand Combs being guilty. All y'all got him
Let
guilty.
the process go out like every
Y'all
American
got Sean
citizen
Combs.
has the
You ain't
right
say that
to
for
do.
Sean Combs.
If you
He
don't
black.
like him, don't vote for him.
He
But
from
he's
the
not
hood.
resigning. He's not quitting.
not.
And you
You're
stand
mad.
behind him and say the community is behind him. And we want him re-elected. To Donald Trump.
Justice will prevail!
How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, I went to see if he speaks like he's back here for my speaker. Sounds like a Q&A, has some questions.
I think that the second question, I think we need to ask the federal prosecutors who gave the directive in the order. I don't know. We should ask. The second question, I think we need to ask the federal prosecutors who gave the directive in the order. I don't know. We should ask. Everyone that knows me knows I follow campaign rules and I follow the law. That is how I lived my life.
Everybody who knows you, not everybody who investigates you.
In the 60s, at my age, all of a sudden change what I've done all the time. I follow the law and I follow the campaign rules.
Thank you!
Yeah, where was it?
No, listen, we I think that people fail to properly realize that we have over 300,000 dedicated employees. Over 300,000. Those who decided to transition and do some more things in their lives, many of them told me ahead of time they were going to do that. But we have an amazing, over 300,000. Those who decided to transition and do some more things in their lives, many of them told me ahead of time they were going to do that. But we have an amazing, incredible team of dedicated New Yorkers. And they're going to same thing that happened 10 months ago. Today was about my phones. Let's get clear on that.
What were you doing on the phone?
When they removed my phones 10 months ago, people said that all of a sudden the city was going to collapse. It was not going to move forward. Look what has happened over 10 months. Over 10 months, more jobs in the city is more small businesses open.
And diversity!
Decrease in crime. There's 500 more rapes. There's 1,000 more felony assaults. Don't fudge the number. Do not fudge the number. 1,000 more felony assaults. Women are not safe. They're being raped in record numbers. Do not lie. That's on Comstat.
Mayor, you said that you were demonized, suggesting that you were a victim. Why do you feel that way?
Well, listen, I think that when you do an analysis, and all of you have covered this, it is a felony to release a grand jury communication. That's a felony. So you can't break the law to enforce the law. What? And when you look at the information, when you look at our cooperation, our attempts to sit down and cooperate, when you look at what has taken place, there's been a narrative of giving the appearance that there was something improper that's done and it was just wrong.
Do you think it's political?
Well, I think we should ask again, as I said.
I think it's political.
We should ask those who are conducting.
We know it's political.
Investigation. We should ask them to carry out what we have witnessed over the last 10 months. Over the last 10 months, you knew information before my You reported that there was indictment before my attorney knew that there was indictment. Over the last 10 months, this has happened over and over again, and this is not how our system of justice should operate.
You support law enforcement. Do you support the feds investigating you?
Mayor, the indictment has been unsealed. Now we know the federal government is campaign and supposed influences into your campaign when you decide to be mayor. But you have suggested publicly that now you are a target of the federal government because of sticking with New Yorkers, meaning maybe that you're talking about the migrants. Can you clarify that point, please?
I think I did. I think we should ask the federal investigators and prosecutors to take the actions that we are witnessing right now. I have run many campaigns. I've been part of many campaigns. And the scrutiny of those campaigns always revealed the same thing. I follow the rules. I follow the law. I do not do anything that's going to participate in illegal campaign activity. And I will not do that. And I've instructed, not only in writing, but in verbal conversation to the team, we do not participate in store donors. We do not participate in foreign donors. We know what those rules are, and we comply with those rules. And I think that my attorneys are going to reveal that as we move forward.
So
Robert, go ahead. Mayor, who is your point dealing with major city businesses? You deal with this. That's number one. And number two, is there any circumstance by which you would resign?
No, listen, I'm here. I was elected by the people of the city, over 700,000 strong.
By the people, for the people.
This is a city that is extremely resilient. This is a city that we have gone through some difficult and hard times, and we're going to continue to move forward as a city. And that's what that's shown. I think the narrative here that's missing, 2 months ago when my phones were removed, we have not gone backwards. We have not stood still. We showed how we operate during difficult times. And when you say who's the point person that's going to deal with business community, who's going to deal with the business of running the city, the point person is Eric Adams. I'm the mayor of the city of New York.
You sound like Donald Trump. You sound like Donald Trump. How is this different from what Donald Trump said when he was in Dallas? How is this different? How is this different? It has to make sense to everybody who's logical. It has to make sense to everybody who's logical. You sound like Donald Trump.
You've been reporting for at least a year, almost a year. What do you say to that? I mean, you said you traveled to these countries and you deny that you took anything back from these countries and you deny that you intervened on behalf of the Turkish government trying to get this straight.
What's your question? Yeah, that's elaborate.
He denies all the allegations in the 54-page indictment. Have you guys
apparently he's fighting back.
Listen.
He's fighting back. That's your answer.
My legal team is going to peruse the entire indictment. We got it today when it was released. The news media received information before we did, as they have been receiving for the last 10 months. It appears as though the goal is to try this case publicly and not in the criminal justice system that's in place. And so we, based on what I read, it's clear that if it's campaign violations, I know I don't violate the campaign. Right. If it's foreign donors, I know I don't take money from foreign donors. And I verbalize that to the team, both in writing and both in communication. And we will continue to do that. And we look forward for the legal team to handle this as I handle the city of New York and continue the success that we've witnessed in the last 2 years and 9 months as the city of New York.